Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this week's Tips and Tricks webinar. Today's topic is checkpoint trainings and certifications. Please use the Q&A chat in the Zoom session for any questions. We make sure we get to those during the webinar. With that, we'll get started. Our presenter today is a certification manager from down in Dallas, Jason Tugwell. Jason, take it away.
All right, Robert, thank you very much. Good day, everyone. Again, my name is Jason Tugwell. I manage the certification program here for Checkpoint and hope that today can be useful to you. We can give you some tips and tricks and let you know about our new certification program model that we launched this year, January 31st. So hopefully we can make this interesting enough for you and you can help see where the benefit of being certified and maintaining certifications and how we're helping to do that. So as we move forward, again, if you have any questions, please let Robert know. So we'll start off with our agenda. This will just basically be a overview of this new certification model. And then I'll let you know about some of our exam promotions we have going on right now, and then any QA. So we'll just drop right on into it. So we had some key changes specifically. First off, we're taking, of course, the assumption that you are already familiar with our core certifications, our Checkpoint Certified Security Administrator, Checkpoint Certified Security Expert, and the Security Master level that we've had for several years here at Checkpoint. Well, we made a major change in January of this year. End of January 31st is when it actually started. We kicked off this new certification program. Some of our key changes we had here was our certifications, the core ones, our CCSA, CCSE, CCSM, can now be extended. And we will show you exactly how we can do that. Not necessarily recertify, but an extension add-on to these certifications. And then on our second bullet point there, we have that we can, of course, do renewals, and but now we could actually retake the exact same exam for renewal. In previous times, Checkpoint, we did not allow that. We wanted to continue people moving to the next version, but now we've seen that sometimes people stay at specific versions. So if the version doesn't change for you and you expire, you can now retake the CCSA and CCSA-E exams, that is, for the renewals. And our major key change, which we'll highlight today, is the Security Master level certifications and how we can attain those. We have new requirements for them and a new certification level that we're really excited about, the Security Master Elite. So previous to January 31st, actually end of December last year, we used to have a Security Master class that this certification supported. Well, we no longer have a class specifically for that. So we'll get right in and show you exactly how this new certification model works here starting January. So we have our CCSA administrator certification. It's a 2-year certification, as always. All of our certifications, by the way, when you get them, they're valid for 2 years right out the block. So this is generally the path that we would expect many of our customers and partners to go, starting out with the CCSA for a couple of years before that expires, trying to get the CCSE. And now the path to CCSM, this is the major change. Instead of taking an actual exam that was a Security Master exam, we are asking that you get take two of our specialist exams, and you take one and it'll extend your CCSE for 1 year. But then when you take that second specialist exam, it awards you this CCSM level. So the idea is to become a security master with Checkpoint software and our certification model, you're going to have more knowledge than just our core products. Our specialist courses focus on specific topics within our Infinity architecture and suite. So we want to increase knowledge by going in this route. So different than ever before, kind of a new model, and we are excited about it. But so now the master level is not our highest level. As mentioned before, we now have a CCSM Elite. So the way this would go is you have to be CCSE first, and then get those 2 Infinity Specialist accreditations. And after your second Infinity Specialist accreditation as a CCSE, that's when you get the CCSM. Well, the same model is to get you to CCSM Elite now. So you would take another specialist course to extend your CCSM for 1 year. So it will add a year onto that certification. But upon completing the second specialist exam, you're now awarded our top level CCSM Elite. So the whole idea is once somebody would get to this CCSM Elite level, they would not only have the wherewithal and have the skills to be administrators, experts on our core firewall product, but also they would have taken 4 specialist exams for different individualized training. And now they are truly what we would want to list as a master elite. So it's the whole idea is to increase knowledge and have those that are certified out in our in supporting our products to have more knowledge than just core products. So that's the whole major idea behind that. So as a recap, our major changes, we use these Infinity Specialist accreditations to extend a core certification for a year. So our CCSA can be extended. In this case, some people want to stay at the CCSA level. Perhaps their job doesn't require them to need to move on, or that's what their administrator level is. So some wanted to stay at that CCSA level, but didn't want to recertify with the CCSA exam. So now we can extend it a maximum of 2 times, which would be 2 years extensions with these Infinity Specialist accreditations. So by taking these exams, they could extend their CCSA. So we're allowing that for 2 times. But on the models for CCSE and CCSM, the 1-year extension is a 1-time. And then your next or second ISA, as we refer to them, would award this next level of certification. So in the case of the CCSE, you would move to CCSM. In the case of a CCSM, you would then award the CCSM Elite. So, however, one of the major things about this specific model, in order for these Infinity Specialist accreditations to count as an extension, you'll notice in bold on every one of those 3 bottom bullets, that extension is only applied to a current certification. So if you have a CCSE and it's about to expire and you want to move on to the next level to get to CCSM, in order to get that extension, you must keep your CCSE current, not expired. In the case of if your CCSE was to expire, you would need to recertify on that CCSE. So that's one of the caveats, excuse me, that we've built in to this model, is not just attaining the certification, but also maintaining it. And that's really important as far as this certification model is concerned. Now, we did mention that you could recertify on the same exam. That is not dependent on staying certified. So if you're at the CCSE level, which all of our partners, we want them to get up to that level. If that expires, they don't have to start back over at CCSA. They would just recertify their CCSE. So that's a benefit there once you get to that CCSE level. But if you were at the CCSM level and you allowed that to expire before trying to extend it, that would require going back to the CCSE, recertifying, and then continuing back on the path. So we hope that this new model is something that will invigorate our partners and customers to get certified and also increase their knowledge. And so now currently we have some certification exam promotions that are going on, and we want to make sure that you're aware of those. So Robert said this wasn't a salesy call, but I had to at least make sure you're aware of these certification exam promotions and make sure that you know that they are there. They're there for you. So right now until September 30th, we are running a 20% discount on the CCSA and CCSE specifically using this promo code summer20. But this month, we've also extended that to our Infinity Specialist accreditations as well. So, and this Infinity Specialist accreditations, we have several of those specifically right now, about 8 specific ones. And you check on our website, if you go to checkpoint.com and go to the support and training page, you'll see that we have several accreditations now. We have the cloud security accreditation, our one that's designed to help you with technical certification. So our CCTA, technical administrator, CCTE, technical expert. This, along with several other Infinity Specialist accreditations that we want to be sure that you're aware of. So if you have questions regarding what is going on in certification and where we can get answers to our questions, here's the best 4 spots to look. First, all of our promotions or questions that you may have are listed in the Secure Knowledge Article 163417. So that is the Checkpoint Learning and Training FAQ, basically. So that we want to make sure that you're aware of. That's the spot to go to get the answers to most all of our questions. A little more detailed version of this certification FAQ is found here at that that PDF, a downloadable PDF, which is also available from our training page. There's a FAQ set showing for certification. So you can download that to look at questions that most people have. And of course, if you have a question regarding where you are in your certification path and where's the next spot to go, our first place we would direct you to is after the FAQ, if you still don't know where you are, is to open up a non-technical ticket with our account services team. So that would be, they are an extension of the certification program and understand and know most of these. So the answers to these questions. And of course, if all else fails and you really want to just get in direct touch with the certification team, yeah, come send us an email to certification@checkpoint.com. So we hope that that'll be a good spot for you. So this is just a basic overview of this new model, and hopefully if it seems confusing or not sure exactly what to do, by all means, reach out to us. We'll be glad to try to help you along. So that's basically the overview of this model and where we are right now at certification. So all else, being considered, we now could open up to any questions or answers that you are looking for with our certification model. Thank you, Robert.
Yep. Yeah, we do have some questions here. First one is more of a comment, but I think it goes off your last slide there if you want to bounce back there. Person said more of a comment than a question, but this is an improvement, but it's complicated. And I think that's the point, that there's a lot of different paths you can take, a lot of different certifications, but those reference points that Jason pointed out that I'll have in the follow-up email will help you navigate that. But of course, if you have any questions, we have resources to help you. Correct, Jason?
Yeah, and if I can comment to that, we understand that a change like this, which is what we would consider a major change, it is different than what we've done before. So, but keep in mind, we're trying to not just take a test, get a certification, take another test, move up. It's a whole idea of building on the knowledge. So being complicated, okay, I'll take that. Maybe it requires a little bit of some math. None of us like to have to work with that. How many more of these ISAs do I need to get? But to help out, if you go to the FAQ, the one that we specifically have, we actually have simplified it with a couple of just pictures that show exactly a path, where you are and where to go. So hopefully that will help along with that.
Yep, and we're always here to help too. Any questions at all, we'll have that in the follow-up email. Speaking of those ISAs, those specialist accreditations, for the elite status, you need 4. How many are there actually available, and where's the list of those?
So right now we actually have a list of completely in 8 of them that specifically are Infinity Specialist accreditations. So if you go to our checkpoint.com, go to the support and training page, all of our courses are listed there. So the Infinity Specialist accreditations will be listed there. We've also included some select exams that are on the Hacking Point suite that can be used as an Infinity Specialist accreditation as well. And again, if we want to just find a simple list of them all, that FAQ is the standard. That's the Bible. That's the place to go, and has listed all the ones that we have currently. So we want to make sure that everybody knows that's where to find that information.
Okay. Question on the cost of the exam for the CCSA, CCSE?
Oh, okay. So yeah, so currently our CCSA and CCSE exams are $250. Both, they're both $250. And of course, we, with our model, everyone knows about our learning credits, our CLCs. So that would be 2.5 CLCs if you purchase them through the portal. So that is the cost of those exams. And so alternatively, I'll just offer the specialist exams are $200. So they're a little bit less. The specialist exams, by the way, also are shorter. They're 75 question exams as opposed to a 100 question exam for the CCSA and CCSE. So because they're more focused, individualized exams.
Can you forward us the questions and answers for all those exams?
Again, you can email certification@checkpoint.com and we'll see what we can do.
Question here is, can I skip to CCSA and start with the CCSE? Is there a path to that?
So the simple answer to that question is no. We want people to start at the beginning, because this knowledge is actually, it builds on, it's a cumulative knowledge. So we want someone to actually start at the CCSA level, and it's actually even built into the controls with our Pearson VUE test provider, that if you don't have, if you've never taken a CCSA, you can't sit the CCSE. If it's expired, again, if the CCSA is expired, you can still take the CCSE. But if you've never sat a CCSA and you want to go straight to the CCSE level, we're preventing that. So please get the CCSA first, then come on up to CCSE. We won't make you have to go back and take the CCSA ever again, but we need to get that start and then to get up to CCSE.
All right. You mentioned the extensions you can do on current certifications. Is there a limit to how soon you can extend? Like, does it have to be expiring within like 6 months or something, or can you do it earlier and just tack on the extra year?
Yeah, so currently you can tack on the extra year at any time. And we actually, when we first implemented this in January, end of January, we had several that went and did exactly that. And also, just keep in mind that this model started January 31st. The whole idea is our system is looking for new incoming certifications. So any previous ones that were done a year or two before, they would not apply to the extension model. But as you get an Infinity Specialist accreditation exam and pass that, and it shows up on your user center, it'll add that 1 year extension. And if you want to just go ahead, go from CCSA to CCSM and take another one right away, there's no limit there. Now, the one thing that I will mention is we want you to spread your knowledge throughout the suite. So you couldn't take, let's say you take the Maestro Expert exam, and then before it expires, try to take it again to count as your second one. That doesn't work. We want you to go to a different one. However, if that Maestro Expert exam was to expire, you're now eligible to recertify on that. And chances are it may have even been updated since you last took it 2.5 years previously. So hopefully that answers that question.
Yep. I have a question about, well, let me start here. So all of your personal certification status, expiration dates, everything is under your user center account. That's correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So we have somebody who took the test a couple of weeks ago for their CCSA and it's not showing up yet. So is there just a delay? Should somebody they should call?
Yeah. So the best thing to do, our download and upload information from Pearson VUE to Checkpoint happens on a weekly basis. Generally on Fridays, we get that information, and that's your update. So if you take an exam and you don't see it in User Center yet, within 5 to 10 business days, you should see it. But let's say it did not show up before then. The best thing to do at that point is to open up that ticket with our account services team and ask, where's my certification? I'll just give you most likely what happens. Generally, a lot of people may use their personal email address, let's say a Gmail address for their personal stuff, and then they take an exam, and then it shows up as JasonTugwell@gmail.com, but then that is what tries to get updated for your certification on the user center. And because most people are tying their user centers to their business address, jasonj.tugwell@checkpoint.com, that certification actually it fails to upload because they don't have a user center for it. So many times that's where we got to check, make sure that you have the correct email on your Pearson VUE account that matches the user center account. And that would most likely be the reason why you didn't get your certification. However, contact account services, they can help straighten it out for you if needed.
You just made me think of a question, Jason. So what
Sure.
about people that change jobs? I mean, if you're under Pearson and your user center at Acme Corporation and you change jobs, how do you get your existing certs to follow you?
Yeah, so the certifications belong to you. They're your name. So at Pearson View, first off, that email address, if it changes, you can go change it. You can actually contact Pearson View if for some reason you lost your, password, and you can change your email address. Conversely, on Checkpoint side, it works the same way. You change email addresses. You're no longer with a certain user center. Our account services team, they will help you with transferring that to your new email address, wherever you want that to go. And they can make sure that those certifications are now tied to a user center that belongs to your email. So there's no way you're going to lose those as long as you still have your name and a way for us to contact you to verify you are who you say you are. We will make sure that they get moved over. Common thing that happens though. Account services.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until you started talking about the
No,
email.
yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that is a very big thing that happens, and people are very concerned. And that's the reason why a lot of times they'll have a personal email address. Think, well, if I change jobs, I don't want to lose that certification. Well, in our mind, that certification belongs to you regardless. So contact account services and they can help smooth it out. If we got to change email addresses on the Pearson View side, contact them as well, and they'll do it as likewise.
Great, perfect. I think that covered it for questions. Thank you, Jason. Great information. Like we said, we'll send a follow-up email with all that reference content that Jason had there. And like you said, no, it can get confusing, but if you have a certain path you want to take, or have any questions, there'll be plenty of resources to help you. Those FAQs or the certifications email or account services. Our next webinar will be in 2 weeks. You'll see the invitation for that soon. I did ask a while back about changing these webinars to Thursday, just to open it up. It seemed to be most people either didn't have a problem with that or wanted Thursday. So I am going to move these to Thursdays ongoing soon. I don't know if that'll take effect next session or not. So just be mindful of that. Keep an eye on the actual date. I'll try and state it on the invite to remind you. But these will be moving to Thursday mornings at 9 o'clock Eastern time. With that, we'll let you go. Thanks again, Jason, and everyone have a great weekend. See you soon. Bye now.
Thank you very much.